Dad told my stepmom to apologize or we're done after she insulted me at her anniversary party. She refused, so he ended the party and moved out. Now she keeps begging me for forgiveness because my dad won't take her back until I do. My dad married Connie when I was 11. I'm 24 now. That's 13 years of trying with this woman. Connie has 2 sons from her first marriage, Tyler and Dean. They're both older than me. From the start, Connie made it clear where I stood. Her boys got new clothes for school. I got hand-me-downs from Tyler that didn't even fit. Her boys got birthday parties with friends and decorations. I got a card and whatever was left over from dinner. Dad worked long hours and missed a lot of it. When I told him, Connie would cry and say I was making things up to break them apart. He believed her for a long time. That changed when I was about 16. Dad came home early one day and heard Connie telling me I was the reason my real mother left. My mom didn't leave. She died when I was 4. Dad lost it. He told Connie if she ever said anything like that again, he'd walk. She apologized, cried, said she didn't mean it. Things got better on the surface, but never underneath. She just got smarter about when she said things. Always when Dad wasn't around. Always with a smile so it sounded like a joke. I moved out at 18 and kept my distance. I came to holidays. I was polite. I never started anything, but I stopped pretending we were close. 2 months ago, Dad and Connie hit their 13th wedding anniversary. Connie planned a big party, rented a hall, invited 80 people, had it catered. She was proud of it. She invited me personally and said it would mean a lot to your father. I came. I wore a nice dress. I brought a gift. I showed up early to help set up. Everything was fine for the first hour. Then Connie got up to give a toast. She talked about her and Dad's love story. She talked about blending a family. She thanked Tyler and Dean for being such wonderful sons. Then she looked at me, and I want to thank my stepdaughter for finally learning how to behave at family events. She laughed. A few people laughed with her. I didn't move. She kept going. We all know she's been a challenge, but I think we've finally broken her in. More laughter. Tyler raised his glass. I sat there with my hands in my lap. Dad was at the next table. He stood up. His chair scraped the floor so loud the room went quiet. He walked up to Connie and said, "Apologize to my daughter right now." Connie blinked. "Honey, it was a joke. Apologize. Now, or we're done." She looked at the crowd. She looked at Tyler and Dean. She looked back at Dad. "I'm not apologizing for a joke." Everyone knew it was funny. Dad nodded. "Then we're done." He turned to the room. "Thank you all for coming. The party's over. My daughter and I are leaving." Connie grabbed his arm. "You're embarrassing me in front of everyone." He looked at her hand on his arm. "You embarrassed my daughter in front of everyone. I'm just matching your energy." We walked out together. He didn't say anything until we got to the parking lot. Then he looked at me and said, "I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner." I wanted to cry, but I just nodded. He stayed at my apartment that first night. The next day he went back and packed a bag while Connie was at work. He moved into a short-term rental and told her he wasn't coming back until she gave me a real apology. Connie didn't apologize. She called Dad 30 times the first week. She told him he was overreacting. She told him I was manipulating him. She told him he was choosing a daughter over his wife. He said, "Yes, I am." That's when she started calling me. The first call was angry. "This is your fault. You've always wanted to tear us apart." I hung up. The second call was a week later. Softer. "Can we just talk? I need you to forgive me so your dad will come home." I said, "Connie, you called me a challenge in front of 80 people. You said you broke me in, like I'm an animal." She said I didn't mean it like that. I said you meant every word. You've meant every word for 13 years. You just finally said it out loud. She went quiet and hung up. Tyler called me next. He said I was being selfish and that his mom was falling apart. I said your mom spent 13 years telling me I was the reason my dead mother left. She insulted me at her own anniversary party. I don't owe her anything. He didn't call again. Dad's still in his rental. Connie's still texting me. She doesn't want forgiveness. She wants her husband back. Those aren't the same thing.